Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Rob and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a glow squid farm in Minecraft 1.17. As you can see in spectator mode, it's a very simple farm to build. It uses the mechanic of the axolotls which attack the glow squid, hence causing them to drop their glow ink sacs that then go through the system into the chests. This design is inspired by Rayworks, however I've added some changes to adapt it for the new glow squid spawning requirements. So in order to get a glow squid to spawn, you need to follow certain conditions. You need to be underwater, you need to be underground, so at least level 62. You need to have complete darkness, and there needs to be stone at least 5 blocks underneath the water source. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clear out an area. So we want to go to level 56, although in theory you can obviously go deeper. So we're going to clear out an area which is 7 wide and it can be as long as you want it. I'm going to make it 15 blocks wide. So here we go, this is our area all cleared up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to count 5 blocks from the base, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to go 2 inwards. There we go, and then we're going to go 1 down here, and we're going to clear 3 more spaces that way too. So there we go, we've got this kind of channel going off the side. Now something I want to do is I'm going to change all of the blocks which are not stone to stone. I don't think this matters for granite and that kind of stuff, but if you got dirt, that may stop the spawning of the glow squids. But you only need to do it in this middle part, you don't need to bother about the sides. Now I'm going to quickly make a collection system, so I'm going to place a chest here, like so, and then I'm going to place a hopper line coming from the side. There we go, that's our collection system here on the side. We can actually go and block that off there. And something which is a bit uncommon is that I'm actually going to completely block this chest in, because if you got some sunlight coming in through here, it's going to actually light up a bit of the interior area, which means that you won't have the pitch dark that you need for the glow squid to spawn. So I'm going to cover that up, and then whenever you want to access that chest, you just have to break that block and pick it up. So now comes the slightly tedious part, which is the placing of the ice. Now there's 2 ways you can do actually. You can either completely fill this area with ice all the way up to this lip here, so 5 blocks up. Alternative, you could just fill this entire thing with water and then use kelp to make them into source blocks. That is the cheaper way, but it's also a bit more annoying. So I'm going to use this ice method because it's just a bit simpler. But obviously ice is a bit more expensive, so if you want to go for a very cheap farm, there is an alternative. So there we go, that's the entire thing filled. So again, you want it to come up to this lip here. Now before we break the ice, which is what we're going to do next, we need to place water on this side here. It's important to do this before you break the ice. And as you can see, the water is just going to flow down all the way to the hopper line. Now this is much easier if you've got water breathing, but you can do it without if you want to, because I'm going to switch to survival so that I can now use a pickaxe to break this ice, like so. And by doing this, what I'm doing is creating blocks of water. So this is not flowing water, this is water blocks. And that's what you need for the glow squid to spawn. So you're going to break all of the ice, and then we're going to move on to the next step. So there we have it, we now have our water. The next thing we need to do is add our axolotls. So I've got an axolotl spawn egg, but obviously you can do this with an axolotl in a water bucket. So I'm going to place, let's say, 4 axolotls in this area, and I've got a name tag which I'm going to use on them so they don't despawn. So the last thing we need to do is make sure that this is completely dark. So to do that, I'm actually going to use some tinted glass. However, you can use whatever material you fancy, so long as it's opaque. So you can't use normal glass, for example, that wouldn't work. So you want this corner to be too high, and then you want to put the roof on top of that, like so. And there we have it, complete darkness. So that's our farm essentially ready. The thing I like to do is to create a little base up in the sky, because the glow squids are competing for spawn with all the other creatures around here. The more you can minimize the spawning of other creatures, the more glow squids you will get. So I'm currently on 182, and I just make a little base here where I can AFK, and this will just make sure that you get the best possible spawn rate for your glow squid. So when I was running my tests, it seems like this farm could produce about 350 glow ink sacks per hour, which is not a lot. It's not the most efficient of farms, but I think that's just due to the fact that glow squids just don't spawn that often. But all considered, this is quite a cheap farm. You can do this very early on in your world and still get a decent amount of glow squid ink. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to comment, like and subscribe. We're just about to start a new season of Olympus Craft, which is an SMP that I play on with other people. It's a load of fun, so please consider subscribing so you can get the notifications. And if you do end up making this farm, leave a comment below and let me know how it went. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye!